of property of Nigeria. So my question is, should that be the excuse of our leaders, that it is when there is an election that we see the increase of these insurgent activities in the country? Should that be the excuse of our leaders in a 21st century democracy, sir?
I keep repeating the way I've responded. Definitely, politicians have a way in recruiting now in the Nigerian context. Politicians have a way of recruiting the bad elements, the criminal elements. If you remember the case of Benue State, where a criminal was armed, and after elections, he complained he was not taking good care of her. He turned into a notorious criminal. So all the things are still there, and some of these people actually work for government. The federal unit of Nigeria, both from the local government to the state, cannot deny that they don't know the activities of these criminal elements. They all operate in their own different stages. They romance with these government functionaries. And government even finance them and back them in their activities. So at the federal level, they are there. At the state level, they are there. At the local government level, they are there. Government arm these people. I can say it and take it anywhere based on recorded videos we have.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it becomes difficult for the government to disarm these people after the election. And why? They do not meet up with their electoral promises to the criminal elements. You cannot bring the criminals after working for you to abandon them. How do they integrate into the society? The criminality comes in a very easy way for them to survive. And government has a big role to play in criminality. Yes, we know it will affect the Nigerian economy. Investors will run away.
Yes.
But if government provides employment, provides school, takes care of our health care, and other social amenities, definitely that will be the first ground to reducing criminality and insurgency. Because when you believe you have a better future, when you believe your future is bright, you will not have the tendency of being into crime. See, any man or woman that decides to live a life of crime and criminality, the person does not care about this world again. What he knows very well, the psychology of a criminal is that he knows he can die at any time. And most of the things they do is because of family pressure. Now, what leads into crime and criminality? Opportunity, pressure, and things like that. So the federal government, as far as I'm concerned, is failing. Or let me remind that the federal government is not doing enough to tackle crime and criminality. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Listeners, in case you just joined us, we are having an exclusive interview with Honorable Sir Ambassador Dr. Okolie Sebastian. He's a peace and security consultant, winner, Nigerian Outstanding Contract Security Manager 2025, fellow, Occupational Safety and Health Association, United Kingdom, doctorate fellow of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, a licensed peace and security consultant. He is also a fellow Institute of Management consultant. Is a certified management specialist, London Graduate School. Is also he has a postgraduate diploma, security management and conflict resolution, and MSc Peace and Security Studies, University of Port Harcourt. He's a Knight of St. John International. Sir, thank you very much for still hanging in there with us. All right, now let's go to the next question of the day. Now, Nigerians expected the administration of Bola Tinubu to hit the ground running with insecurity, because Tinubu cannot tell Nigerians that he is oblivious of the security situation in the country, even when the APC, came into power, since 2015. In fact, it was that same APC, it was this insecurity that the APC used as a campaign strategy in the 2015 election that voted out the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. So, sir, my question this morning is, Nigerians expected the administration of President Bola Tinubu to hit the ground running with insecurity, But as we speak at the moment, just like what other individuals in the country have said, as we speak at the moment, the insecurity in the country has not improved a piece. As an expert, what could be the problem hindering the federal government from curbing insecurity in the country, sir?
Honestly, we sometimes just use words anyhow. Rhetoric. There's no how the Tinubu government will hit the ground running on insecurity, because the Tinubu government is not ignorant of the security situation. And the same Tinubu government, as far as I know,
yes,
professionally, is not willing to fight insecurity. That's, I can just take that from me. The Tinubu government is not willing. Why? The government is not doing enough. Our intelligence system is zero. I mean, how can you send your military to go and fight insecurity, and before they get there, the criminals have known that your military is coming?
Yes.
And at the same time, look at the generals that have been murdered.
Yes.
Look at the people that have been killed. Now, recently, we heard that Nigerian government, I think, if I'm very certain, through the National Security Advisor, had a working agreement with Turkey. Turkey for what? Turkey that is part of the sponsors of what is happening today in Nigeria. And the same country is a country you're going to have a security agreement with. I don't know. There's no way the Tinubu administration can hit the ground running on the issue of insecurity, for the mere fact that Tinubu knows what is happening in Nigeria security-wise. And he has not shown enough commitment, and will never show enough commitment to fight insecurity. I can tell you that. Now, the vice president, which is His Excellency Chetimo, we know his past records with insurgents. We know his past record with Boko Haram. We all know these things. It's on paper. Then we know about, there are so many of them. Jonathan made it clear that there are Boko Haram members in this administration. And what we are seeing today is a very, very, very clear manifestation. There was one general naval officer that came on television, the national television, and we all heard what he said. So I don't think this Tinubu government can hit the ground running on security matter, because I know that Tinubu government cannot do enough. It is not that this thing cannot be fought. Nigeria can easily defeat terrorism and all the manner of insurgency. But there's no political will. That is lacking. Our intelligence system is zero. If you are privileged to get information from our intelligence agencies, you pity them. So then, at what case scenario, you can allow third-party intervention. There are even so many security mercenary organizations today that can fight it for you. But is it happening? Look at what is happening in Sokoto, the whole northwest, northeast, and northern part are now border states. And we say we have a government. Look at the money that is budgeted for security year to year. What are we doing with it? What has been done with it? The police, DSS, army, are they well taken good care of? Are they motivated to do the job? They are not doing it at their own fear and risk. And when the security, the safety of the safety man is to be safe. And in this case, I can assure you, the safety man is not even safe. So I don't know where the morality, where the morale will come, where the confidence will come to fight people that know where you are. But hopefully, America's intervention, if America will come fuller than what it is doing now, I hope there might be a good future. But for now, as far as I'm concerned, and I can say it here, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as presently constituted today under His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he cannot fight insurgency. He cannot fight Boko Haram conclusively and successfully. Thank you.
Okay, now thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So, in essence, what you have just said now, in essence, let me make it plain to our listeners here on Overt Radio. In essence, what you're saying that Nigerians have lost hope in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when it comes to insecurity, because it is 3 years down the line since Tinubu came into office, and it is about 10 years down the line when since the APC have been in power since 2015. That is what it means. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, let me rephrase it. In a country where bandits are infiltrated, in a country where you know who negotiates for terrorist elements, is walking freely on the roads, as represented by Kumi, in a country where the head of the Islamic religion, the Sultan of Sokoto, is not making the necessary statements he should make, condemning what the adherents of the religion is saying. In a country where the military will call all this national security advisor will come and tell us that don't publicize the activities of the banditry. Yeah. In such a country, I will agree, and I will state and I will say, cannot fight insurgency. But it is not a hopeless situation for Nigeria. But if we are to have hope, two things: either the government will make it a deliberate policy.
Yes, sir.
And then put the necessary resources to fight insurgency, or probably after the exit of this government,
yes,
there might be a hope. But for now, it is neither here nor there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Perfect, sir. Now that brings me to the next questions. Since we have been hearing about abductions in the country, either students being abducted from their schools, or individuals being abducted while they were on their way, journeying from one state to the other, and we have seen or read about reports that when these students or these individuals regained their freedom, there is this word that they use, that ransom was paid for their release. Now, sir, as an expert, as a peace and security consultant, do you encourage payment of ransom by government for the release of victims?
Paying of ransom to release hostages is an aberration. It is not by a government that has a military that its primary responsibility is to protect life and property.
Yes.
And in the country where we have our telecommunication system, MTN is there, Airtel is there, our banks are operating. These ransoms most times are paid through the banks. And there's radio communications before the fleet. And you hear all this is happening regularly in the Nigerian context. And it is laughable that such news will be reported. And another area, sorry, let me even deviate a little.
Okay, sir.
That's what we call investigative journalism. I remember Velegiwa and Co. and so many others, both local and foreign. If it was to be their time, they will buy all to dig out how this money are paid, which banks they are used in payment, and who receive this money. So the truth remains that I am even afraid that in the nature of today, any journalist that writes such might be eliminated. So things are even done that bad. But as far as I'm concerned, ransom payments for kidnapping is an aberration. Even me, as a security professional,
yes,
I don't like this company because it completely shows our failure and the failure of the system. And the blame still goes back to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Federal Government of Nigeria, headed by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, what is the problem with community policing? They are afraid of having community professional, well-developed community policies. These criminals are in the villages, are in some communities. And the members of those communities knows the environment more than the criminal element.
Yeah.
Through intelligence, they can be rounded up. But because the challenge is the federal government of Nigeria is not doing what it ought to do. And that is why so many people have accused them of being accomplices in the game, or in the criminal, or in the kidnappings and ransom payments that are going on. So that is the way I want to look at it. If the federal government becomes daily press and make it a clear statement, policy statement,
yes, sir,
I can assure you, within a month or two, all these things will come to an end. And please, substantially, the recording percentages, within a 2-3 months, we can be recording about 60, 70, 30% reduction in all these crime of kidnapping, ransom payments, and all the works. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for your honest response to that. Now, in line with that question, it seems I think it was during at the latter end of Muhammadu Buhari's administration when we start hearing about forgiving repentant Boko Haram insurgency. Sir, what does that mean as a peace and security consultant? Do you support the idea of a country that knows fully well that this particular non-state actor over the years, have been causing havoc, have been wreaking havoc, causing atrocities in the lives of innocent Nigerians? These people will be kidnapped. Some of them will not be returned back to their parents. Some of the girls that were kidnapped or abducted, either they've been married off, as the case may be. So do you support the idea of the Nigerian military, even the state governors themselves, saying that they are forgiving Boko Haram repentant insurgency and also reintegrating them back to the society? Do you support that idea, sir?
Okay, let me take it up again this way.
Yes.
If you look at the Sahel region today, we have conflicts all about the Sahel region, which Nigeria is one part of. And most of these insurgents,
yes,
the criminal elements, they come through the Sahel region and penetrate Nigeria through the northern parts. What is our border system like? You ask yourself, what is our intelligence system like? But because I have said it before, the federal government of Nigeria cannot and will not exert itself 100% of what is happening. It means that at the border, they could close their eyes and insurgents will come in, even with the catching of ammunition. At the customs, at the ports, we have got information, it's on newspaper reports, that ammunition enter.
Yeah.
And customs has arrested it, but at the end, we don't know what is wrong with it. So, when these arms come, you now have what you call proliferation of arms.
Yes.
And who use these arms? The people that enter from the border, who train the local elements, the poor or unemployed youths. And then you employ them, they work for you, you use them in political realm. When you achieve your political objective, you abandon them, and probably they commit kidnapping or any of the crimes. And then when they commit it, and probably one person somewhere calls you as the head of state, or as the governor, or as the local government chairman, or even as a commissioner, or even as a senior officer, and you now speak for him. Of course, you know that if you don't take action, he will implicate you, because you have worked with him. So, for the federal government, the state, and the local government to cover their atrocities, they would want to give them amnesty, so that to question them, so that they are not properly interrogated, so that the necessary information the security agencies will use to fight this group will not be released. And then you now release them, you are allowing a man that has his head has been fashioned to kill and kill and kill. Okay, let us even agree that you are rehabilitating them. Where we are being rehabilitated and for how long? So psychologically, it will take more than 6 months or even a year to rehabilitate somebody that has been disorientated.
Yes.
Now, what is the National Orientation Agency doing? Everybody talks about all these things. Is the federal government of Nigeria funding the National Orientation Agency? The answer is no. It's not funding it. So, even the criminal elements, Boko Haram and them, are they well reported? Thank God for the private social media news line.
Yes.
The mainstream news, they don't talk about them. If not for the IoT, when I say IoT, I mean Internet of All Things. Most of us don't even know what is happening. So that's not how you should ever talk of rehabilitating trained criminals. We are taking them back into the military. If you take them back into the military and their work or their training is ideological, religious ideological, that means if it's a Christian, his status in the military or in the army is to kill the Christian. If he's a Muslim, his target is, if he's a Christian, his target is to kill the Muslims. If he's a Christian, his target is to kill the other way around.
Yes.
And you see, what deters people is not morality. It's not because they want to be good. What deters people is the consequence of your action. And that is what we call the rule of law. If you are arrested for any of such crimes, let the law go to the lens. Whether it's prison term, whether it is whatever it is, let it happen. We are sick of reading that a criminal was rehabilitated, an armed robber, a trained terrorist. You think you can just wake up one morning and become a terrorist? No. They operate in cells. And in their cells, they are, okay, I mean, you're also aware of the people that can kill themselves for not even doing enough. Probably you are given a packet of 1,000 to kill in a month. And in a month, you didn't kill up the 1,000. You take away your life. So such people with such mentality, I don't know what you are rehabilitating them for or how you want to rehabilitate them. So for me, that rehabilitation policy or ideology is a no-no. But because the federal government, most of them know these people, they don't want their identities to be exposed. They don't want full knowledge, or they even want to use them for future crime. So that's what the way I see about this idea of rehabilitation and integration and all that.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Listeners, in case you just joined us, we're having an exclusive interview with Honorable Sir Ambassador Dr. Okolie Sebastian. He's a peace and security consultant. He's a winner, Nigerian Outstanding Contract Security Manager, a fellow, Occupational Safety and Health Association, United Kingdom, doctoral fellow of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. He's a licensed peace and security consultant. He's also a fellow of management consultant, a certified management specialist, London Graduate School. He has postgraduate diploma in security management and conflict resolution, MSc Peace and Security Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Is a Knight of St. John International. All right, sir. Lastly, sir, now that we have been able to deal accurately and decisively on the state of Nigeria's situation, because in your last answer, when I asked about what is your thinking, what do you have to say, do you support the idea of forgiving insurgency and rehabilitating them back to the society, you did say that you don't believe in it, that the strategy that these people are using is just to cover up some of the deeds that they did, so they forgive these insurgents so as to cover up what they have done before. Now, last question, sir. What practical step should the government take to I know that insecurity cannot be ended totally, but what practical steps, either 5 steps, 3, what practical steps should the government take to curb insecurity in the country? Because since the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according to reports, over 12,000 Nigerians, have been abducted. What steps can the federal government take to curb insecurity in the country, sir?
Okay, the steps the federal government should take to curb insecurity is simple. One, there must be political will. When there's political will, the federal government will now have a deliberate policy on kidnapping, insurgency, any form of criminality. Then again, the federal government should allow community policing. Very, very, very important. And that community policing must be well equipped and armed. Yes, I know and I hear the fear of the Nigerian politicians that if you allow community policing, the politicians, the governors will take over. But the step we have found ourselves today has made it expedient that there must be community policing. With community policing, there's no how these criminal elements will come and hide in your bushes. So also, if the federal government is proud and bold and confident enough to tell us that they cannot handle this, they must give us convincing reasons. And if they give us convincing reasons, some of us that are experts in the field will look at it and know the possibility. And thereafter, there's nothing wrong with partnering with a country that is well experienced. America is willing to come.
Yeah.
But even as Trump made the initial step, the next thing we had was a lobbying firm in America. And that lobbying firm, whether successful or not, we have seen that it has slowed down operations of the United States of America. And Nigeria has enough money to lobby to do all these things.
Yes, sir.
So please, the federal government must make a deliberate policy to fight insurgency. And again, you must make the economy work. When the economy is working, youths have work, you will find it difficult to employ the youths, to engage the youths, and you make the youth work for the government. The reality of Nigerians do not seriously now stand for Nigeria in anything. Look at the level of people going out, and nobody will do it for us. But then it is a top-bottom approach. When the Nigerians see the signal from government that government is really determined to fight insurgency, to fight kidnapping, to fight all manner of crimes, you will see the people will comply. My brother, give an intel now to the security agencies about the activities of a cell of armed robber of criminals in your locality.
Yes, sir.
You'll be surprised that the criminals will even know that you gave the intel and they will come for you. So it still all boils down to the government agencies. The Nigerian police force, can it tackle insurgency? Can it tackle the kind of insecurity we have today? What is the level of corruption in the Nigerian police force? The military, who are the heads of the military? Who are leading the military? Can they face or in sincerity remove corruption and fight insurgency? The GSS, the customs, the immigration, or because it's a holistic thing. All these groups will come together under the leadership of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and make a deliberate is that it will make it that this is what we want and this is how it will go, and then it will be thoroughly supervised. That is the way we can fight insurgency. And this, like I told you, if there is this deliberate policy and there is a political will, insurgency can be reduced over 60, 70, and even up to 80% within 3 months. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You've said enough. At least one of the things that you said lastly, if for Nigerian government to curb insecurity, there must be a political will. Community policing, not only institutionalizing community policing, but also these police officers should be well equipped and armed. You also said that if government cannot handle the situation, they should come out with convincing reasons so that others can put hands to join. You also talked about policy, that the government must initiate deliberate policies, that when these policies are being initiated, that insecurity will not be able to thrive within the system. You also talked about vibrant economy, which is one of the key things, that also because if the economy of a country is not vibrant, it will pave the way, for jobless graduates and Nigerians to take up arms and do what they want to do. All right, thank you very much, sir. On that note, we bring this interview to an end. Listeners, you have been listening to Honorable Sir Ambassador Dr. Okolie Sebastian is a peace and security consultant, winner, Nigerian Outstanding Contract Security Manager 2025. He's also a fellow Occupational Safety and Health Association, United Kingdom, doctoral fellow of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. Is a licensed peace and security consultant, fellow Institute of Management consultant, is certified management specialist, London Graduate School, a bagged postgraduate diploma, security management and conflict resolution, MSc Peace and Security Studies, University of Port Harcourt, Uniport, Rivers State, the Knight of St. John International. Sir, a very big thank you for joining us today, and we hope that when we call on you next time, you'll be available for our listeners out there. Is that a promise, sir, from you?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I can assure you, when called again, God willing, I'll make myself available.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Have a blessed holiday here, and Baraka de Salah to all those listening to us here on Overt Radio. This is the midday show. By 12 o'clock, Bukola Olowolafe will bring us the news updates here on Overt Radio. Enjoy the rest of the music. Stay tuned. I am Ken. This is Overt Radio.